Ready to defend freedom anytime and anywhere, to stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters, to pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy, and to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company B, today marks the end of the 12-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton and on this parade day, and have been trained as all Marines as basic riflemen. In addition, due to an intensive physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the recruit depot. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. The platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact positions for the parade.
Dress right, dress.
The next portion of the parade will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with a military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hand over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear, to remove it. Will the guests please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Following the command parade rest, the parade adjutant will give the command sound off, which signals the band to parade forward of the assembled Marines while playing military marching music.
This brings back memories when I did pass a review.
Yep. Turn around. Yeah, but the band are ridiculously good at marching.
What's that?
The band is ridiculously good at marching because it's their job. They go into work every day, practice their instruments, they march around, they do events like every other day.
guys out there in orange dress blues. I know they gotta be out there dying right now.
They are. They're dying. Their brains are melting.
The parade adjutant now presents the civil command to the commander of troops.
San Diego, all present or accounted for. Seniors, 1021, all present.
Officer Center March. All unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information along to their Marines. Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with the tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, we ask that those men and women in the audience who have served as Marines, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in showing our appreciation for their dedicated service to Florida and the country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Farsad.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
On behalf of the Commanding General, Marine Corps Recruit Depot and Western Recruiting Region, Brigadier General Heritage, and the Commanding Officer, Recruit Training Regiment, Colonel Palma, welcome to the graduation ceremony for Bravo Company. Please join me in welcoming the parade reviewing officer for today's ceremony, Master Gunnery Sergeant Nada. Master Gunnery Sergeant Nada served in the Marine Corps for 30 years and was most recently the G3 Chief here at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot. Welcome, Master Gunnery Sergeant. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks a milestone in a journey that began 13 long weeks ago when the men of Bravo Company stepped on those famous yellow footprints and committed themselves to becoming Marines. They were taught our core values of honor, courage, and commitment in order to keep their honor clean. They mastered the precision movements of close order drill in order to build the discipline of a Marine. They executed countless demanding physical exercises in order to build the toughness of a Marine. And of course, they completed the Marine Corps Marksmanship Program, enabling them to engage pinpoint targets at distances of up to 500 yards with the deadly accuracy of a Marine. All of that training culminated in a 54-hour event in the hills of Camp Pendleton, the Crucible. They hiked those hills with little food and almost no sleep in order to be tested on their skill, determination, and leadership. At the end of the Crucible, they earned a title that they will take pride in for the rest of their lives. The title, United States Marine. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'd like to address some of the newest Marines in the United States Marine Corps. Good morning, Marines! Bravo Company, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for that. What you see out there is a proud company of Marines. That pride comes from knowing that they have done something that most would not attempt, and even fewer could complete. I want to thank all the parents, families, and friends for everything you have done to get them here. You instilled the right morals in them, and your love and support ensured that they would be successful here. Now, when you get your new Marines back today, you're going to notice a few changes. They're going to have new haircuts. They're going to be a little taller because they're standing up straighter. And they're going to be in the best physical shape of their lives. And they're going to eat like it. So don't be alarmed if they clear off their plate in under 5 minutes and ask for seconds. Just be careful that you don't get your hand too close to their food. But seriously, ladies and gentlemen, what you'll notice most is pride. For they have earned their place in America's finest fighting force. And I can assure you that they are cut from the same cloth as Marines who have defended this nation since 1775. Same Marines who fought at Khe Sanh, who liberated Kuwait, and who cleared Fallujah and Marja. They have undergone a transformation that will last for the rest of their lives. I'd like to thank some of the Marines responsible for that transformation. First, the recruiters, who gave them the opportunity to be here. And one recruiter in particular, Staff Sergeant Boston. Staff Sergeant Boston recruited the company honorman, Private First Class Jenks. So for all the recruiters and Staff Sergeant Boston, a big thank you. I'd also like to thank a Marine from Weapons and Field Training Battalion, Sergeant Pizak. Sergeant Pizak trained the company high shooter, Private First Class Gaylor, who scored 341 points out of 350 on his rifle qualification.
Wow.
Thank you, Sergeant. Next, ladies and gentlemen, if you turn your attention to the Marines standing before you wearing the green campaign covers. They need no introduction, for they are the legendary Marine Corps drill instructor. They have been with the Men of Bravo Company 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 13 weeks. It is through their hard work and dedication that the Men of Bravo Company were transformed into what you see before you today. At the end of the ceremony, I encourage you to come down and meet some of these fine Marines. Finally, I'd like to thank the families of the officers and drill instructors of Bravo Company. Your Marines could not have done it without your love, support, and sacrifice, so thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll excuse me again, I'd like to address the Marines of Bravo Company one last time. Congratulations, Marines, you made it. You accomplished every task we laid before you. It wasn't easy, but we never said it would be. As you leave here today, you have a new task: to uphold our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. Because now you represent all Marines who came before you, and you will help mold the Marines who come after. May you always have fair winds and following seas, and remain Semper Fidelis.
Now taking his position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing officer, Master Gunnery Sergeant Kenneth Nava, United States Marine Corps, retired, former G3 Chief, MCRD San Diego. He is accompanied by Sergeant Major Devon A. Lee, Sergeant Major for Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego and the Western Recruiting Region. Master Gunnery Sergeant Nada is a native of Long Beach, California. He attended Marine Corps recruit training in 1989 and subsequently gained the MOS of an 0311 infantryman. Master Gunnery Sergeant Nada served in the United States Marine Corps for 30 years in numerous commands to include the 1st Marine Division, where he served in 1st, 5th, and 7th Marine Regiments. Master Gunnery Sergeant Nada also served in the 3rd Marine Regiment and the Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, the 31st CB Readiness Group in Port Hueneme, California, and the 5th Marine Expeditionary Brigade in Manama, Bahrain. Master Gunnery Sergeant Nada deployed to Persian Gulf in support of Desert Storm and Desert Shield, to Cebu, Philippines in support of Operation Fiery Vigil, to Mogadishu, Somalia in support of Operation Restore Hope, to Musa Kala, Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, to Al Anbar Province, Ramadi, and Al Ruba, Iraq in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Before retiring after an honorable 30 years in the Marine Corps, he served as a G3 Chief at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego. Master Gunnery Sergeant Nada's personal decorations include the Legion of Merit, Meritorious Service Medal with a Gold Star in lieu of 2nd Award, the Joint Service Commendation Medal, Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medal with 2 Gold Stars in lieu of 3rd Award, Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal with 4 Gold Stars in lieu of 5th Award, and the Combat Action Ribbon with 2 Gold Stars in lieu of 2nd Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Master Gunnery Sergeant Nata. More than 1 million Marines have been trained here in the past 98 years and have departed San Diego for combat and conflicts around the world, including places whose names are immediately associated with Marine courage and dedication. Names such as Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Iwo Jima, Pusan, Incheon, Jordan Reservoir, Quezon, Way City,